Hello and welcome to my channel. This is really a channel where I'm just recording my dietary journey, I guess, my keto journey. I do not follow therapeutic keto, which is like really high fat and low carb and then like moderate to low protein. I follow a nutritional keto diet, which means that I eat high protein, moderate fat, and low carbs. So just, kind of keep that in mind as I'm going through the things that I eat. And you're kind of thinking, well, don't you want to be adding more fat to that? No, I don't. I don't need that fat for my brain. Therapeutic keto is meant to treat people with some kind of neurological disorder like epilepsy or schizophrenia or um, anxiety and depression, things like that. I don't need to treat that. So I am just trying to keep my body as healthy as I can. I also am not trying to lose weight. That is not my goal. I have lost weight. I have now lost 75 pounds, I think. Um, and it's just kind of like it's great because I was an unhealthy weight, but really my goal in this is just to have more energy and feel better. And so not eating all of those carbs is what's causing me to, have more energy and feel better. And this that I'm doing right now, I try not to do it when I record, but honestly, it's really, really hard. I just end up doing this, which is I'm just kind of like stepping is what I'm doing because I constantly need to move because I do eat high protein and that protein just makes me need to move. And so I move all the time. So I do a lot of videos where I just tell you what I am eating that day. And so that is what one of these videos is. It is now 1/9 of 25 and it is about 11 o'clock. At around 10 o'clock, I had my coffee, which was 2 shots of espresso, half a cup of Fairlife whole milk, a serving of whey protein powder, and it's bulk supplements is the brand that I use. So it's like it doesn't have like flavorings or anything like that in it. It's just plain whey protein, and then a half serving of their beef protein powder, which again is just the beef protein. It's not flavored or anything like that. So now I'm getting ready to make my first meal of the day. I have got some bread that I made. I'm gonna put a link to making that bread in the description. And I'm going to make myself a bacon and egg sandwich. But I just came back from Aldi and I got this Simply Nature organic beef jerky, and I just want to give it a try. I like to try new items. You'll find that a lot on my channel. Okay, I want to find a small piece. It's good. It's not as tough as a lot of jerky that I've had in the past. Um, it's really kind of very flavorful and more moist, which makes sense. Okay, so if you are very, very strict keto and like I'm not going to have any sugar, I'm not going to have any seed oils, then this would not be a product for you. So it's got organic beef, water, and then organic sugar, and then salt, soy sauce, natural flavors, yeast extract, and then organic natural flavors and citric acid. So it's not terrible, but it's not like the cleanest if that's what you're going for. That is not me. I don't worry about having a little bit of sugar or a little bit of seed oil. Like, I'm not going to live my life where I'm in constant panic about what I'm putting in my mouth. I do research. I try to be careful. Most of the time I am, but every once in a while I might have something that has maltodextrin in it. I go to Chick-fil-A with my husband once a week and I get, their grilled nuggets and their regular nuggets, which are, probably not, don't have the best things, right? Like it's going to have all-purpose flour and it's going to have, some kind of oil, things like that. I don't worry about it. I make this life sustainable for me. So as long as most of the time I'm eating really well, I don't worry about having something that's not perfect every once in a while. I need to be able to live my life. So this has in 1 ounce, which there are 2.5 servings in a package. 1 ounce is one serving. There are 80 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 30 cholesterol, 600 sodium, and then 4 carbs with 4 added sugar. So all of the carbs in this are coming from that added sugar. So that's not great. Protein is 11. But for me, I try to keep my net carbs around 35, but I have no issues going up to 50. Like that's just, it's not a problem for me. Like I said, my goal is not weight loss. If I were strictly trying to like lose lots of weight, then yes, I would keep my carbs lower, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm making this life sustainable for me in the long run. So this is something that I would have. I actually don't know that I could eat like a whole serving of it. Like I think it's just going to be too sweet for me to eat a whole serving of it now that I'm kind of acclimated to this way of life, right? But it's definitely also not something that I'm just, oh, I'm going to strictly avoid that because, you know, it's got sugar in it. That I'm not going to do that. Okay, so for my meal, and this is a higher fat meal than I usually have in the morning. I'm going skating, roller skating, and so I know that I'm going to need some fat and some salt to kind of like help me. I push pretty hard when I roller skate, so I'm just going to need that to be able to do that. So I've got some pre-cooked bacon. I always cook up 2 pounds of bacon at a time, and then I just keep it in my refrigerator and use it whenever I need it. So today I'm going to have 1 slice of my bacon. Um, I've got my bread that I made yesterday. So this bread is made with almond flour and flaxseed. And like I said, I'll put the video of making this in the description. It's not like a big piece, right? Like it's probably half the size of a traditional sliced piece of bread, right? So that's part of why I'm only having one of the slices of bacon is just because my bread's not really big enough to kind of hold a lot more. And then I will use 2 of my eggs, my organic eggs, to make my sandwich, and a little bit of butter. So I'll cook my eggs in probably half a teaspoon of butter, and then I will also spread probably half a teaspoon of butter onto my bread. So here's my breakfast. I've got a little bit of my eggs left over because they just wouldn't all fit on my bread here. Um, the black things in my eggs are chia seeds. So I just mixed those in right when I started scrambling my eggs. I mixed in a tablespoon of chia seeds to help get some more fiber in my day. Okay, so I totally meant to take a picture of my dinner. I was having dinner with my husband, so I didn't really want to like record me getting it all together, but I wanted to just take a picture so you could see it. I forgot to take a picture. So I had an 8-ounce New York strip steak that I just cooked up real quick in my air fryer. I didn't have to use any oil with it, which was good because I'm pretty full and just trying to get my protein up. So I was glad that I have an air fryer and I can just kind of stick it in there and it'll warm up and just be delicious. So I had that with a half cup of cottage cheese. I liberally, there we go, liberally salted both my steak and my cottage cheese. And then I also had 2 pickle spears because I was pretty short on sodium for today. When I went skating for 2 hours. And then right after that, I went to the gym and I did resistance training. So I've sweated quite a bit today. So I knew I needed quite a bit more sodium. Um, and then I had a half cup of blackberries, which were delicious. So that was my dinner. I ate at about 5:30. And then I've had another flash IV to help with my salt. And then I still need more salt today. So I'm just going to get some water and put some salt in it. And then I'll just kind of drink that this evening as I'm also drinking my green tea, which is just something that I'm always drinking to make sure that I'm at least getting to my 5,000 sodium today. So that's included in my numbers here. So I had less than 1,500 calories. My protein is about 140. My net carbs are 18. My fat is 84. And my sodium is about 5,000. So I had a pretty good day today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.